Welcome to another episode of Overask. Today we have, a real estate agent, but content machine. Eric and I were talking about this. I don't think we've seen a realtor post more content in our lives. We have Katie Day on the episode. Katie, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, of course. So for people who may not know you, can you kind of give us your elevator pitch? Who is Katie Day and how the hell do you post so much content?
So my name is Katie Day. I'm a real estate agent down here in Houston, Texas. And yeah, for better or worse, I do post a lot of content. I think that it's a group effort. So I have a videographer that does a decent amount of content for us each month. So he sends me, a good amount of videos every week for me to post. And then the other stuff is just kind of like what's happening as far as what we're doing in our real estate business and the team and things like that. So it's just continued to grow, right?
Yeah. How long have you been doing this content? And is it a big part of your business now? Your social?
Yeah. So I knew getting into real estate that like having content was important and like, staying top of mind and getting yourself out there and all of that. So it's always been something that I've done. So I've been doing real estate full time since 2017. And then as far as you had another question that I don't remember.
When did you start the content? So did you get your license and immediately start posting on YouTube? Because you have YouTube videos going back 4 years, hundreds of thousands of views. Just to put this in context for everybody, because I want to paint a picture of how much content you're producing. 4,700 Instagram posts. There's an Instagram story every single time you log in. There's got to be 30 Instagram stories a day, maybe 2 or 3 feed posts per day, 600 plus YouTube videos. And, this is your team also on the YouTube channel. So yeah, I think what we're asking is, when did this content push start? Like, did you get licensed, watch a Gary Vee video and be like, all right, this is what I got to do? Or how did this come to be?
Yeah. So the Gary Vee and Tom Ferry, content is king, content, all that. So I definitely did like have that in the back of my mind. But I think that like we hired a videographer basically in 2019, 2020 to start putting out regular video content and shooting regular videos and stuff like that. So like if you go back to like my feed posts and like everything back in like 2017, I was like the regular shitty realtor where it's like just sold, just listed, just sold, just listed. And then I realized like, okay, like let's show what it's like to live in Houston. Let's showcase like what we're doing as a team, what I'm doing and things like that. And that gets way more interaction and, conversation than like the just listed, just sold that like no one really cares about.
Yeah. It's just all over now. You can't even tell people's pages apart anymore when they just do that. It's crazy. So is this where most of your business comes from? Like, is it your YouTube, your Instagram, or just like a collaboration of all of it?
Yeah. So for now, for us, about 20% of business is coming from Instagram and YouTube, as far as like consumers that are reaching out of like, hey, we watched your videos on YouTube and we want to buy a house, or, a DM on Instagram of like, hey, I've been following you for a while and we want to buy or sell or whatever. And then about 20 to 25% of our business is agent to agent referrals, which I think, you guys know how many real estate agents follow y'all, right? Like that's where a lot of the conversations with agents start. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're in Texas. We have, someone that's looking to buy or sell or whatever. So I think that plays a part into both direct to consumer and kind of the agent to agent stuff.
Yeah, that's overlooked too. People they think, oh, you're just followed by a bunch of agents, but those leads are arguably some of the best leads you can get. They're done. They're ready, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And they're just sent right to you. Yeah. You got to give a 25% referral fee or whatever, but a lot of the work's already done for you.
Yeah. And we found too that like a lot of the agent to agent stuff, from other agents from Instagram and from, different conferences and stuff like that, like most of those buyers tend to have higher price points. Like, so the average price point in Houston is anywhere between like 250. Now it's at like around 300. It'll probably kind of start to go back down a little bit, but 250, 300, 350 is kind of like where we normally, sell in, but like a lot of the agent to agent referrals are going to be like 350, 400, 5 and higher. Just because like they are moving in from like the Californias of the world and other places where, they're selling a $500,000 condo, right? So they're ready to spend some money.
What sort of content do you enjoy producing the most? Because your variety is unparalleled as far as carousel posts, IG lives, IGTVs, stories. I mean, it's literally everything. Anyone that's listening to this, you have to go to Katie's page and check it out, because there's every sort of content piece that you've ever wanted.
Yeah.
So is there a specific category that you enjoy shooting the most? Do you ever feel like I don't want to post something like this, but I have to? Like, what's the strategy there?
No, I mean, for like content as a whole, like I enjoy most of it, or like I wouldn't do it, right? I think that it's difficult, like every time the algorithm changes, or like obviously TikTok, was big in 2020. So now Instagram's pushing reels. So it's like, okay, we've got to like switch up what we're doing, because like long form content is no longer, like you could post an IGTV like 2 years ago and it would get like millions of views. Now you post it, it gets like 4, and it's like you, your brother, and your mom, like no one's watching it. But like Instagram just came out again. They're like, hey, we're video first, you're going to have a whole tab just for videos. So it's like, we just continue to add stuff in. So like, I like doing stuff where we're getting out in the community. Like I like doing the neighborhood spotlights and talking to like different bar owners and restaurant owners, and like really getting to know like why they do what they do. And then, I like doing the stories, because again, that's like the easiest thing to do. And it's the, I think, highest amount of engagement and interaction with people. Cause like people will comment on like what you eat for breakfast, and they'll comment on your workout, and they'll comment on like whatever you're doing. And like the little reaction posts, Instagram makes it really easy to interact with stories.
Yeah, the stories is like setting up digital real estate or digital open house signs almost all over Instagram. And I noticed that too when I started really hammering stories like last summer. My engagement and following skyrocketed, because you're just getting so many more interactions, and that also pushes engagement on your feed posts. So what you're doing with stories, even if you're just showing your food or your workout, like you're basically vlogging your entire day, and there's real estate stuff in there.
Yeah.
Anytime one of your potential clients logs on Instagram, Katie is up there on the stories. So you are constantly just hammering in their head, I'm a realtor, but you're doing it in a way that isn't, I'm a realtor. It's just showing everything, and they know you're a realtor. So I think it's really smart to hammer stories right now, just because that's where the engagement is, and you are constantly in people's head.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, stories, when I post a good story, it gets me more followers than a good post. I mean, it's crazy. And you can experiment in your stories because it's gone in 24 hours. So I think people don't utilize it as much as they should. So the fact that you do it is awesome. Now I do have a question that's not really content. It's not content based at all, but did Joe Rogan move to Houston?
No.
Okay.
Joe Rogan and every
Austin.
other Californian is in Austin. Yeah.
In Austin. Okay. And you're only Houston, right? Because you have your Move Me to Texas team.
Yeah, so we've left it open-ended, but
Smart.
right now we're just in Houston. So, and if I'm being honest, I wasn't that clever. Like I was just looking for a URL that I could use for like my domain name and email that was also like an Instagram handle that was also, on Twitter, and like, Move Me to Houston or Moving Houston or things like that already taken. So like I was like, well, let's go bigger then. So it wasn't like plans for world domination.
No, you were that clever. Having uniform branding is one of the most important things, in real estate, I would say. Like if I didn't have the broke agent handle on everything, that would suck. If there was like an underscore in there, or it had to be broke agent, like that really does suck. It helps for searchability, SEO, your overall branding. Also, Move Me to Texas is broad enough and specific enough. You're not saying move me to the world.
The USA.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's great branding. And I wanted to talk about your branding because anytime I've seen you, whether it's at conferences or watching you speak or on a podcast, you seem to be in 2 or 3 shirts. The Move Me to Texas one, the real shirt, and then I think there's one more that I'm forgetting. So is there a strategy behind that, or are these just the only shirts that you own? Because I only own a couple also.
Yeah, I only own 2 t-shirts. No,
Okay,
what's actually funny is like I own, so it's the polos too. Like I've just been rocking more t-shirts with tennis shoes lately, because I've been buying lots of tennis shoes, but that's a whole nother topic. So yeah, I have like 4 of these. I have 4 with the logo big across the chest. I've got like 4 or 5 polos in like blue, black, white. So like, yeah, you would think that I only own 2 or 3 shirts, but I just own like 40 of them, but there's 2 or 3 styles. So
Okay, that is like Eric, but he only owns
only
2 or
owns
3
2.
shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
Ironically, I'm wearing a different shirt today, Matt.
I know, it's very weird.
Because I knew you were going to ask that question, or I knew that you were going to follow up my statement with that. So
Is your shirt reversible? So it's like actually 2 in 1, or it's really just one shirt?
This is not a reversible.
It's
shirt.
not
This is-
reversible, but a couple podcasts back, he actually wore his shirt inside out.
Yeah,
So
I
it's a
did.
real.
I wore a sweater inside out the entire episode, and I don't think we're airing it at this point. I look like a complete idiot.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to get back to this Joe Rogan thing.
Wait,
for a
wait.
second.
No. The
Okay.
shirt. The shirt.
Okay, fine. The shirt.
Joe
but
Rogan's
I
in
need-
Austin.
I know, but I just
Okay.
I want to know if it had any positive effect, because it's still Texas. It like everyone seems to be
True.
moving to Texas. Like Tesla just went out there as well,
Yeah.
didn't they? Like,
Yeah.
is that having a positive effect on your market?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're definitely having a lot of people moving here, and Californians as well. I just saw an article that we're going to do a video on later this week that was like LA or Harris County, which is where Houston is, has the most people coming from LA, like in all of Texas. And I think it might actually be in the entire country. So, that's definitely interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing a ton of Californians. We're seeing a ton of people coming into Texas just because of, no income tax and other, business friendly things. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that we saw like people following Joe Rogan to Texas and ending up in Houston. So I don't think that there's necessarily a direct correlation with that.
Okay.
But like, yeah, we've seen a lot of people moving here over the past, 2 years.
Right.
I feel like there is an aftershock from it though, because a lot of Hollywood celebrities also moved to Texas. So you had a lot of comedians kind of following Joe as well. And then everybody
Yeah.
he has on is constantly talking about moving to Austin and how great Texas is. So even if they didn't just see a headline, Joe Rogan moved to Texas, now I'm doing it, I think that there was kind of a residual effect of like, oh, this is actually like cool. This is an alternative to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like you said, no income tax, great weather. It's wide open right now, so
Yeah, it's more open than it was before the pandemic. It's like
Yeah,
it's the most open place I've ever seen.
it's a free for all. Yeah, and Dallas for the
less
time.
Less open than Florida. Let's like not
Okay, fine,
completely
yeah,
check this under the bus. Like,
No, I'm with it. I'm with it for you. Good for
In
you.
Dallas
guys.
for the Tom Ferry conference, there. I mean, you don't have to wear masks in anything, which was
No,
not. I'm not saying the actual conference itself, but just like getting in Ubers and everything. Because here in Los Angeles, if you don't have a mask in your pocket, then you're not getting in anywhere.
Same with here in Toronto. Nothing.
Yeah,
You can't go
right.
anywhere.
well, and that's what's kind of crazy is like in a lot of the Ubers, because it like says in the app you have to like certify that you're wearing a mask and you have no coat. And like I would be like, oh shit, I don't have my mask. And they're like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
So,
welcome to-
so I do want to just get back to the shirt real
Yes.
quick because, and Matt, that actually was a great question about Joe Rogan. So
Thank
sorry
you.
for
Thank you so much.
trying to divert your attention back to the
Yes.
shirts.
No, absolutely. It's good.
So I think it's a great branding move to be wearing, like I do this with the Broke Agent shirt, where I'm always wearing a key shirt or always wearing the Broke Agent, just because it kind of engraves that logo in people's heads. So is there like strategy behind that also, where it's just like, okay, that's Katie, she's wearing one of these shirts, I know who she is. Like there's, the Zillow killer, you know who that guy is?
Yep. James.
He's always
yeah.
wearing an intense hat that says Zillow killer on it. And like, it's scary. But
Yeah,
like,
it
yeah.
is scary.
And a lot of times he's wearing sunglasses too. And you're
Yeah.
like, who is this man? I
yeah,
can't even
he's,
see his eyes.
he's literally going to go kill Zillow or something. I don't know what's going on with him.
And he's like the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
He
I
is
mean,
nice. I've
we've been
talked to
in
him on Clubhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, is this a branding strategy too, where you're like, okay, if people are going to see me, they're going to see me in these shirts, move me to Texas. That's the handle. That's the not the company, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, it definitely is. And that was, like we were obviously just at Tom Ferry's. That was like, we ordered new shirts for the team. So everyone had multiple shirts to wear rather than just the one shirt, Eric. But,
I have different
so
colors.
yeah. And it's a good, it's good in town as well. Cause people are like, move me to Texas. Oh, that's cool. And we're like, oh, it's actually our real estate team name and And so it's a conversation starter. We made these with like just the handle as well. Cause then it's like, oh yeah, like follow me on Instagram or whatever it may be. So, I definitely think, especially at real estate conferences, it's helpful because then it's like, oh, like, where are you from? And my shirt literally says Texas on it. And then again, like just locally conversation starter of people, wanting to know what that is or what that means or whatever.
Yeah. Are you the team lead on the Moving to Texas team?
Most days.
Okay.
Okay.
And how
I
many,
am.
how many people on the team?
So we've got 9 total agents, and then 3 support staff and a videographer.
Nice.
And it's cool. Your agents are in your YouTube videos. So your YouTube videos aren't just you. So you'll have one of your agents go interview a bar owner or talk about, you know, the places to eat in Texas. Or one of the series I enjoyed the most was, you know, now that I've moved to Texas, what are things I wish I would have known? And traffic seems to be a huge thing there. I mean, I'm in LA, so I know all about it. But is that
Oh,
like,
it's nothing like that. But yeah, I mean,
okay,
we definitely, yeah, I mean, traffic sucks everywhere. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real.
yeah,
Traffic also, for anyone that's listening, if they're thinking about Austin versus Houston, Austin traffic really sucks. Like Houston
Mhm.
traffic sucks, but Austin traffic really sucks. So just plug there. But yeah, I think that it's really important. Like a lot of people, when they start doing content and whatever, especially if they have a team, it's the Katie Day show, and like it's totally not, right? It's a team effort in what we do for real estate. So like our content should also reflect that. And it also helps people, like as they're working with me and someone else on the team, like to be able to see their personality and things like that as well. So
Yeah.
and it's so community based. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just
It's
back to the name, the Move Me to Texas
Mhm.
name. Like, you're right. So many, I feel like there's so much ego that goes into teams. Like, it's always the person's name team, like the Katie Day team. Like, I don't think that's the way, especially anymore, because I think the expectations of that are too high now. People, if it's the Katie Day team, they're going to expect you all the time, everywhere, at every appointment, and that's not possible. So
no,
the
thank
fact,
you.
yeah, I mean, who the hell would want to do that? But the fact that you have the catchy name is awesome. I like it a lot. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Katie Day, I'm a fan.
I appreciate you.
What were you
So
gonna say, Eric?
I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay,
Doesn't
sorry
matter.
about that.
So no, it's okay. So we want to get into, you are with Real now, correct?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. So can you describe the Real brokerage to us like we're morons,
Yeah, we are morons,
which
but
we are
so
morons.
just describe the Real Brokerage to
So
us.
I'm seeing this all over Instagram. I know there's a lot of, you know, real estate like influencer types that have a ton of followers that are a part of Real. So what is the Real brokerage? Why did you join? Do you like it? Do you recommend it? What is
Yeah. So we joined this summer. So like May, June of this year. And we were previously at a more traditional brokerage. So you know, I think that the things that attracted us to the brokerage were, since there are no local offices, it's, you know, tech-based, cloud-based, you know, technology driven. The splits are higher, right? So in the short term, you make more money because you have higher splits. You have the ability to cap and have low caps, right? So once you pay in a certain amount to the company, and you can make 100%, you know, commission, which is always nice. And then in addition to, you know, being able to make more money per transaction in the short term, longer term, you know, if you attract agents to the company, you get stock shares as well as revenue share. And then if you want to participate, you know, the stock's traded on NASDAQ, you can do stock purchase program to where you take 5 or 10% of your commission checks and purchase stock with that. And then the company will basically match some of that at the end of each year. So, you know, it's like an easy 401k for agents, because like most real estate agents aren't taking 5 or 10% of their commission checks and be like, oh, let me invest this in the market. They're like, oh, let me invest this in like Tito's vodka. Like, so, you know, it's helpful, I think, for agents to have a potential for additional revenue streams if that's something that they want to do. And here's the thing is like, you know, how many times do you have conversations with people about the brokerage that you're at or the things that you're doing? And they're like, oh, cool. Like, can I come interview or can I come have that conversation? So it's something that happens naturally. And I think one thing that really differentiates Real that I like is a lot of the award and things like that are all production driven, right? And the rev share as well as production driven. So everything is like, we want our agents to sell houses and do it better than they did previously, right? So as you said, there's a lot of people that have come over that, you know, do a lot in the social media and marketing and video space. And that was kind of my thing, was like, okay, if I can be in the room with people that are better at Instagram, that are better at, you know, ads, that are better at TikTok, that are better at video, that are better at whatever than me, like I know that that'll help me to be able to improve. So the collaboration was something that I had the FOMO for a little while, and I was like, you know what, I just need to do it. So we came over last summer or this summer.
Okay, this makes sense now. I see so much competing on Facebook of what's better, real or EXP. And I didn't understand. I didn't understand what was going on. And there's like some heated arguments on. I mean,
Yeah,
Facebook's
like lab
insane.
code, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
go on
get
lab
it.
code agents. It's the mecca of hell.
Yeah.
Facebook comments.
I know. So that makes sense now. So I mean, I guess that's why they're both cloud-based. They both offer like stock and rev share.
Yeah, I mean, but we
ability.
have 3,000 agents, right? We just passed the 3,000 threshold and they have 60,000, right? So, I mean, they've been around longer. They've had this model longer. You know, we've been around for around like since 2014 was when the company was founded. But like this model of what they're doing has been around for about 2 years now. So it's like, you know, it's newer, higher risk, I think. But, you know, the longer term payoff could be bigger. If not, you know, we're still selling houses. So, you know, I'm not hanging my hat on, you know, the stock or the rev share or whatever. Like we're out here, you know, selling houses.
Real estate
so.
first. So cloud-based brokerage. So you don't have an office that like there's not a real office that you could go into locally. Is there a right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
when we left our previous brokerage, like since it was brick and mortar, like we did purchase space for an office. So like we
Mhm.
have a place that we like office out of for our team. So we do have like, you know, somewhere for them to go.
Okay. And so as far as like marketing support and everything, like if you need a brochure or like I just know that like people utilize the staff so much at my brokerage where they're constantly on the phone with marketing and it's like a battle.
Wait, you're actually a real estate agent?
Well, no. I'm just saying, let's just say beforehand. Actually, I'm making all this up. I don't know what I'm talking about. But do you have that support at the brokerage too, where if you need brochures or marketing or, you know, okay to go in the MLS, like, is this all very, you know, streamlined? Like, do you have a direct line of communication or how does that work?
Yeah, so they have like a marketing center where you can, you know, upload pictures to get that kind of stuff like printed or, you know, just like the, you know, not printed, digital
Okay.
is what they would call that, digital brochures,
Right.
or things like that. You know, there's an entire like marketing shop where you can order any other collateral that you may need and things like that. So it's all pretty streamlined. You know, but like being at kind of I mean, not really a startup, but a more startup type company. Like there's definitely like some of the building the plan as we fly it, which I think is cool. You know, not everyone likes that, you know, like they're like, well, where do I go to, you know, print off my MLS sheets, right? So, you know, I think that that's cool. And I think that since we are newer and still growing, they do actually listen to and take like feedback and comments and, you know, thoughts from the agents. So it's really like agent centric in like if we have ideas and they're good ideas, like there's a very high likelihood that you can get that implemented, you know, company wide, which, you know, at other companies with 90,000 agents, like they don't give a shit, you know, they're
Right.
like, okay, thanks for your comment. Like we're still going to do things how we do them. So
You heard it
Makes
here
sense.
first. Fuck EXP. All about real. I'm joking.
I never said those
I'm
words.
joking.
From Katie's mouth herself. That's
Okay.
exactly what
That's
we
gonna be
heard.
the
No,
only
I know.
social card you make of this thing.
That's
and
the
it's gonna be like,
clip.
Katie literally never
Fuck
said that.
EXP. Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
I mean, EXP, it's just, I know a lot of great agents at EXP, but they
Yeah.
make it easy to poke fun at them because people are they go so hard in the paint and they get so upset so quickly about, like Eric almost got canceled for posting a meme about EXP a couple months ago. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, they go so hard in the paint, but I know there's amazing agents everywhere. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, you know, the brokerage can only do so much for you. You got to perform on your own. So we like EXP. Don't go all crazy on us again. But good to know. Good to know about real.
Everybody stop listening to the podcast right now. Matt has an announcement.
Yes. Thank you very much. In real estate, it's work hard and play hard. Is it happy hour yet? Well, when you partner at Boomtown, the #1 rated real estate CRM, the work hard gets a little bit easier. It's all of the tech, tools, and support you need to generate and close conversation-ready leads. Run your business smarter with Boomtown.
That one came out of nowhere, huh?
I know. This fucking light is blinding. Okay. Let's try this again.
All right. Everybody stop what you're doing right now. Stop listening to the podcast and focus your attention on what Matt Leonetti is about to say. Stop.
Thank you. Thank you. In real estate, it's work hard and play hard. Is it happy hour yet?
Hopefully.
I hope so too. Well, when you partner with Boomtown, the #1 rated real estate CRM, the work hard gets a little bit easier. It's all of the tech, tools, and support you need to generate and close conversation ready leads. Run your business smarter with Boomtown so you can work hard and play harder.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. To check out Boomtown and see how you can score $750 in free digital advertising, visit boomtownroi.com/overask. That's boomtownroi.com/overask.
boom.
Anyways, Katie, yeah. So you're in America. You're starting to go into Canada now.
Yes.
What?
In
Okay.
the
Love it,
southern
love
part
it.
of North America.
I'm just getting
the middle
I'm
part
setting,
of North America.
I know you're setting the table. You're setting the table.
I'm setting the table for people who want to join Real.
Yes.
I like the taglines you can have with it. There's endless opportunity with the tagline.
Cool logo too. The R reversed at the end into an L.
Yeah, it's just an L.
Yeah.
But it's also an R.
Yeah. Flash one of those shirts. You got another one.
I
Right
don't.
there?
I've got like some stickers. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You know.
Yeah, so
And
the
it's like
R
so it's
is
like
an L.
reversible.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh yeah, because the A and the E is the same too.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lot of
It's-
good dad jokes. Like Tim Macy's another one. He's like, oh, like this folder looks good, but the logo's upside down, and people always look at it. So I don't think it's that funny, but dad jokes.
Certainly not funny, but it is.
No,
it
not
is-
funny. It's dad joke. Now, do you guys remember The Real World?
Of course.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's just a missed opportunity if you don't do an opening Real World skit of stop being polite and start getting real.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We actually were just at a brokerage retreat last week, and that idea was thrown around. It was never executed on, but now you've said it, and now it's going to be like,
Who
your thing.
Out in the
who
ether.
said the idea? Was it Bob Tompkins?
Well, I mean, so like Bob was there, so
Or
it was either,
Ed
like Bob or
Stulak?
Chi or Ed. Yeah, I mean, like it was one of them.
Steady Eddie, friend of the show.
Steady Eddie, friend of the
Steady
show.
Eddie.
We had him. He was one of the first guests
That's right.
before he was at Real, I think.
Matt, should we
Yeah.
do a lightning round?
Yes, before he
Okay.
stopped being polite and started getting real. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There we
Okay.
go.
So we do a lightning round. It's not so
Okay.
lightning, and we actually don't have
Nervous.
any questions.
Okay.
Like
It's lightning
written down.
it's lightning for us also because we're coming up with these on the fly. So it's lightning
Okay.
for all of us.
Okay.
All
And
right.
we'll probably ask like the same. There's been some pretty good questions, some pretty good answers. So I'm going to start it off. It's not really a lightning round. It's just like a fun question round.
I'm
okay?
ready.
Okay.
She gets-
It's okay. Okay. Ready? So if you could have any celebrity, all right, any celebrity, it can't be a real estate celebrity, it has to be like an actor, musician, to join your team and you think would be the best real estate agent, what celebrity would you choose?
Oh.
It's pretty good. Huh?
I'll just do like Texas, like Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
that'd be
that-
fun.
yeah.
Genius. Perfect answer. Location specific.
All right.
suave
All
as
right.
well.
All right. Yeah.
Likable by everybody. Great.
That was a great
answer.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We both picked Leonardo DiCaprio.
Titanic. I got it.
Yeah. You know,
So, okay. Favorite type of content to produce? If you had to produce only one type of content, what would it be?
I'll go with stories.
Okay.
Instagram stories.
Got it.
which TV show would you like to be a character that sells real estate in?
Oh. I don't really watch TV, but the show that I've been rewatching lately is Ozark. And I really don't think I would actually want to be a real estate agent in that, but I'm going to say
You would
Ozark.
definitely get
I would
killed.
probably just be laundering money and other things,
Yeah.
right? So I'll say Ozark because that's literally the only show I've watched in the past like couple months.
New
Nice.
season coming out.
Yeah.
And that's so I rewatched
fantastic.
all
Smart.
of the seasons to like catch myself up, and there was a lot of stuff I forgot about. So I'm pumped
Yeah.
for season 4.
It is a good show. It just sucks that there was such a long break. You kind of lose the steam.
Momentum.
from the-
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah.
Okay, so advice for a new agent. If you had to tell them to produce one piece, not one piece of content, but one platform to be on, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, what would you tell them to focus their efforts on?
I would say Instagram.
Who would win in a fight? A real estate agent who sells 100 million plus, or a mortgage broker who closes 100 million plus in a fist fight?
Um,
Fair
a real
question.
estate agent. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I agree.
There's lots of other.
Who would
things
win
that
in a fight, Ed Stulak or Bob Tompkins?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I feel like this is the hardest one.
If you guys don't know who they are, you have to go look them both up.
Yeah,
and
go
can
look
make
them
it-
up.
Yeah.
I think that Bob would win.
I agree. Bob seems like he
I
can,
feel like Ed would be moving around a lot, but Bob would just like, throw the one like
the one haymaker,
haymaker. Yeah,
that ends the
He
night.
would, like the in the video game, like the wind up, and then hit. Like that would be
yeah,
Bob.
the Mortal Kombat finish him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
totally.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Ed's a former hockey player too, so.
But I mean, do we know that he can fight? We don't
No,
know.
of course, no.
We don't
definitely
know.
not.
He could have
You
been
know who
a
certainly can't
finesse
fight
player.
is Matt and myself. We're not fighters.
No, definitely
Someone
not.
pushes us at a bar or something, I'm running out of the bar.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed.
I shield myself with my wife.
Yeah, I think smart. Okay, Katie, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I think
have one more question.
I mean that was 5 or 4.
I know, but we normally say we have one more.
Well, I wanted 2 content questions, which I got out. Katie, do you have
Okay.
any questions for us or anything you would like to be asked in the lightning round?
Yeah.
Who do you think would win in a fight between the two of you?
Me, 100%.
Oh, no hesitation.
I'm 6'3", 185.
Yeah. No, but
And
I
that's
would.
Canadian. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. Matt's Canadian. I'm athletic. I can
I'm-
move around.
I'm probably the most athletic person in real estate, I would say.
No.
Yeah. So, and the thing is he's tall and he's got he's got a great looking, obviously handsome. He's got a nice set of arms on him, but I feel like those body shots where I'm right at, they'll get to him.
Little
be,
flimsy around the stomach for sure. But
I mean, those body shots would end him. So, and I got one hell of a right hand, and I'm Italian. I grew up watching Rocky. There's
mhm.
So no question me. I'm 5'9", 155 pounds, soaking wet, and I'll, that's it. So thank you for
Well,
that question. I really got
yeah.
to show my,
Athletic
Foxy.
acumen. Yeah, exactly.
well, Katie, we really appreciate you coming on. Talk, spit in your knowledge and your facts about real, saying they're so much better than EXP. We appreciate that. Finally, no more Facebook controversy. Like it's just done.
Settled.
It's you've put it to bed for us. So thank you for that. And
You're very welcome.
Eric, would you like to ask the last question here?
Yes. Where can the people follow you?
Yeah. So on pretty much every platform, I'm Move Me to Texas, and that's MOVEMETOTX.
Awesome. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you've ever wanted ideas on how to produce content, follow Katie everywhere because there's every type of content and you're guaranteed to get ideas. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.